So in this lesson I am going to teach you how to make a vanilla eggless oil cake. So oil cakes are pretty important because there is fat content into it, which is the oil, and then it is not using butter. So basically we can refrigerate these cakes and then use them with soft fillings and be able to eat them directly from the fridge. We could also soak them and we could combine them with a lot of the fruit compotes or the fruit curds or the caramel sauce, because they are just going to take in the flavor, and we can incorporate all these flavorings with mousse, and we could just make really a lot of flavors with the oil cake as a base. Okay, so to start with, we just have some exciting step in the making. You're just going to add the sugar and the curd into the bowl of your electric mixer and then beat them until the sugar completely dissolves with the curd, after which we're just going to add the baking powder and the baking soda into the curd and sugar mixture and then set it aside for about 3 minutes and then wait for the bubbles to form. So the reaction is going to be between the baking soda and the curd, and then it is going to froth up. So that could take about 3 minutes. So after which we are going to add the oil into the mixture that we already have and the vanilla essence, and then beat them together really well. And finally we are going to add the flour little by little into the mixer as it is running, and then we have the batter completed. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside, and you need to be preheating your oven to 180°C. Now I also have the pans ready. I'm going to divide the batter between 2 pans, so they are 6-inch pans, and then they are prepared and kept ready. If you're going to bake it in a single pan, then it is going to be taller in height, and then it could just dry up as it is getting baked. So I prefer to bake them into thinner sponges, so we could just store them into 2 layers and then use, because they are going to be much moister. Okay, so I'm just going to get the KitchenAid in, and into that I'm just going to add the curd in, and then the sugar, I'm just going to beat both of them together until we have the sugar completely dissolved. I'm just going to scrape it down once to get all the sugar in. I'm just going to beat for just a few more seconds. Into this, I'm just going to add the baking powder, and then the baking soda, I'm going to mix it up. And I'm going to set this now aside until you start seeing it bubbling out. So I waited for about 3 to 5 minutes. You can see the bubbles are just there. On the top also you can see they are just nice and frothy on the top. So we just need to wait until there. So let me just take it out also to show you how it looks. So you can see the frothy texture that this has just gotten, and to this I'm just going to add the oil in a slow stream as the beater is running. I'm also going to add the vanilla inside now. So I just want to show how it looks after the oil has been added in a slow stream. All the bubbly texture is all gone, and then it looks kind of liquidy at the stage. And now I'm just going to add the all-purpose flour again, a little at a time as the beater is going on. So now the flour is all added up, and then it's been beaten for a while now. So the batter is ready. I'm just going to divide the batter between the prepared pans. Scrape down the bowl and then mix it well, and then I'm just going to pour the batter in here. So I just divided the batter between the two pans. That is quite a runny batter, so I didn't have to smooth it up. I'm just going to tap it down. Okay, so any big air bubbles would have just gone now. So I'm just going to put this into the oven to bake at 180 degrees Celsius to get baked for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until the toothpick inserted into the center of the cake comes out clean. I'll get back after baking to show you how this cake has got baked. The vanilla oil cake has baked well. That's the eggless one, right? So I'm just going to insert toothpick into the center, and then we have the toothpick coming out clean, and then you can just also touch its springy back. Obviously the pan is quite warm, it's just come out of the oven. You can see it's like really very soft. I'm just going to unmold this onto the wire rack. It's like extremely soft. You don't have to do this putting it on the wire rack and then cling wrapping it. You know how you need to do. You have to unmold the cake directly on the cling wrap to avoid breakages, because they will be extremely soft when they are warm. Okay, so now this is ready. I'm going to cling wrap like how you will do, and freeze them one next to the other in 2 layers of cling wrap, and freeze them for minimum of 4 hours to up to overnight, and even few days are fine. You could just pre-prep them and keep, and I'll get back to show you how I'm going to use these layers to make a layered cake.